Hey everyone and welcome to my channel. Today is the 16th of December and I want to start the reading vlog for the second half of the month today. I have a cat behind me that is naughty and annoyed. I also had the worst migraine last night and I still feel very wrung out, hungover, and yeah, it's just not great. It's not great. But this is a good moment to start a new vlog because I am just starting new books. I am maybe about a fifth of the way into my audiobook Acid Christmas by Charlotte Dune. This is a Christmas book that is kind of like disastery and end of the worldy, so probably not what you would expect from like a festive read, but I was really intrigued by it. It has been compared to Station 11, but just more like drug use, maybe. We'll see about that. So far we are following two main characters. We have Gretchen, who is a black journalist and she also seems to be gay. And she is at the Toronto airport because she wanted to go to like a mining conference, but then her like connecting flights all didn't work out, so she's kind of stuck there. And then we have another main character, Candy, who is a flight attendant, and her flight lands in Toronto. She decides to stay for the night in a hotel, and then the next day she wants to fly home. And then something like very terrible happens at the airport, and I thought this would be a little bit less scary. Like I thought that they would just be snowed in and the like planes couldn't leave and stuff like that, but it is more dramatic than that. And if you're afraid of flying, then this is probably not the book for you, because so far, yeah, it has been really scary. There also might be aliens involved, we'll see about that, but so far I am liking the tone. I'm not necessarily loving the characters yet. We also get these little like chorus parts from a third character. I think it's Pete or something like that. And I think he's like an immigrant in Canada, and those are like my favorite so far. Like those chorus parts are the best. So I will continue reading that, and then tonight I want to start reading Mistborn Era 1 with The Final Empire, I think the first book is called. I have no idea about that. I will do a separate reading vlog for it as well, and we'll see how it goes, but I'll keep you updated. And I have 3 more days of work, so yay, I can get through this, and then we'll have a festive time together. Okay, my day is pretty much over, but let's see what the task of Lightfall would have been today. Ooh, the stoat is back. Oh, decorate or organize your shelf. No. No, I already decorated my shelves, but I can show you that, and then, yeah, we can say I already did that, because I can see into the future, I guess. Okay, my day is again pretty much over, but let's see what is behind today's door of Lightfall. Is a snow mane. Oh, that's cute. The prompt is to use a hair or face mask, which I won't do today, but I will do it on a later date because I'm ready to go to bed right now. I just came back from my Zumba and I'm tired. So today is the 18th of December and it is my last day of work for this year. I'm so excited. Also, I have a quick reading update. With my audiobook Acid Christmas, I'm now past the halfway point. This book is very strange, and when I decided to pick it up, I expected strange. But this book is strange in a different way than from what I expected. In this one, we do have the whole setup of the Toronto airport has to be shut down because of a blizzard, but it is at the beginning much more dramatic than I thought. We do have like a lot of like horrible things happening. But then we have our two main characters stuck basically in a hotel next to the airport for what is going on. And nothing really happens. Like, so far, it's just humans. It's just how humans would deal with a crisis like this. And so I'm really not quite sure what I'm reading. Now, I must say that at the halfway point, we finally, this sounds so wrong, but we finally get into the drug thing, because obviously if it's called Acid Christmas, you expect drugs to be involved. Not that I particularly enjoy that or have like any experience with that, but like that's the kind of thing that I thought I would be reading here. So we are getting to that at the halfway point. But I also just thought that we would look at more than just the two main characters in this tale and the kind of people around them. And I thought there would be like much more of a like social experiment thing going on, but so far right now, it isn't really. So I don't quite know what this is trying to do, and I'm just waiting to see what happens in the second half. So maybe I will understand what the point of this book is. We'll see. I also really don't like the audiobook narration. There is like very weird pauses in the audiobook, like between sentences, and you think it's like a chapter break, but then the paragraph continues, kind of. It is a bit odd. I also don't like the voices, especially the voice for Candy, because the way Candy is not a very smart character. Like, she is a flight attendant, so she doesn't really need like a high education or anything like that, and she acknowledges that herself. For example, she talks about how she doesn't really do math very quickly and stuff like that. No problem with that. But the way her voice is read is like she is a dumb robot. When there is something terrible happening, the way her voice is read is still like this very monotone, calm voice. I can't even reproduce it really, but it's really weird, and you can hear like, or you know that she's very agitated from what is described in the book, but the way that her sentences are read are still like just like this, you know. I don't know, it's just really frustrating. And similarly, the other voices are also not that great, so I really don't like the audiobook in this one, unfortunately. And that is also kind of not great if I'm listening to an audiobook. From one weird experience to another, I am now also about 170 pages into this German like Christmas advent calendar book. It's called Vierundzwanzig Türen, and so we are getting close to the end with this one as well. So I read a chapter of this every night. This has two timelines. We have a timeline in the 2000s, and then we have a timeline in the late 40s and 50s. And we are following in the now timeline a family with a father, a mother, and two teenage daughters. The father is kind of the point of view that we get here. And he is just a very pretentious man. I still have not figured out what his job is supposed to be. Like, is he a journalist or an author or something more academic? I have a cat hair, I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's just like, I have no idea what this man is doing to earn money. He does complain a lot about how the things his daughters want all cost so much money. So we have that. And they have this advent calendar that they got gifted from an older man. And the older man kind of drew the pictures in the advent calendar. And then we get the past timeline, which is what happened to this old man in the 50s, basically, when Germany had just been kind of divided and there wasn't really anything for anyone and stuff like that. So that's kind of the timelines we have. I don't care about any of these things. Like, the act of, or the practice of reading like one chapter before bed is very soothing, but because this is so uninteresting, it literally puts me to sleep every night, and I could not care less about these words. So yeah, I don't know, not really a great reading experience either. I like the idea, but the story itself isn't great. And this book pretends to be new. If you look at the inside, it will say it was printed or it came out in 2018, but it really came out in the 2000s. So it is very dated. The like cool language that the teenage daughters are using is super dated. Like, I can't even remember using these words, and I'm a bit old now. So yeah, I don't know. It's just a very weird reading experience. And then also the back of the book gives away all of the plot. Like, I just a couple of days ago, just because I was interested, I read the back of the book, and we are now 18 days out of 24 into this. And still not everything that is told on the back of the book has happened. Stupid. Okay, that's enough complaining. I have plans tonight. I'm very excited about it. I will go to a Christmas market, and I hope that I will snap some video clips of that. The cat again is destroying everything. As soon as I take out the camera, she's like, what can I destroy to get attention? So I'm gonna head to work for my last day of the year. I'll talk to you soon.
So let's open door number 5. Okay, goat. And the prompt is to go for a walk, and I think a stroll on the Christmas market is perfect for that.
Probably for good reason.
So we have door number 6. What is this? An aurora boreas? And the prompt is to color in the boreas. Oh my god, you could color him in. That's so cute. That's such a cute idea. Maybe I will have time to do some coloring in after Christmas.
So today is the 20th of December. I just finished my audiobook Ace at Christmas, so I want to give you a very quick update on that. Now, this is the weirdest flop I had all year. This isn't a book that is necessarily bad, but it's also not a book that is good, and it has these like very overwhelmingly positive ratings on Goodreads. Not many, but they are very positive, so I'm a bit in shock right now. Now, what I expected from this book was kind of like this The Mist movie, you know, that was based on like some Stephen King story where they're stuck in this like supermarket and there is this mist and it kills everyone. I wanted something like that, like some kind of like a social experiment kind of thing. What I got was sex, drugs, and Christmas music. And these people were just so weird and yeah, weirdly horny in the second half of the book. Then all the drugs came into it as well. And this book had no point, no plot. And I don't know what it was trying to do. But I didn't hate it. Like, that is the weird thing. I didn't hate the experience. I definitely did not like the audiobook narrator. I think, as I said before, like some of these voices, they were just so bad. Yeah, I gave it 2.5 stars. It's like weirdly not good. But with that, we have finished book number 4 for the Gamenightathon. So I'm gonna rest my case with that one for now. And I picked up a new audiobook. I think it is called Midnight in Everwood. This is another Nutcracker retelling. Now, last Christmas, I tried Kingdom of Sweets, and it was a big disappointment. So with this one, I don't have high hopes. I love the idea of Nutcracker retellings. I don't seem to love Nutcracker retellings, but we'll see. This one is set in Paris. We follow this young girl who's into ballet. They just got a new neighbor called Drosselmeyer. He's into making toys. We know the old story, so let's see how this audiobook will go. Now, I'm heading off to the hairdresser now to get this fixed. And then, probably later today, I also want to do some baking. I also just realized I haven't checked in with the magical Readathon Lightfall prompts for every day, so I might do that as well when I come back home. But I did watch a movie last night. I watched Love Actually while I was wrapping some presents, so we got that task checked off a little bit late. I'm gonna head out and get my hair done, and then we'll see what the rest of the day will bring.
It's time for door number 7. And we have sleet shrews, whatever that is. The prompt is to play a game. I don't do board games, to be fair. Like, I don't like board games, so not quite sure whether I will do this one. Maybe we can count Duolingo as a cozy game, but yeah, I'm not into games.
Unlock a slot without having to fulfill any of the requirements.
Let's see door number 8. We have ice fang pigeons, and the prompt is to do origami. This is way too like, how do you call it, like crafty for me. Like, I don't do arts and crafts. I hate them, actually. So, probably won't do this one either. I'm so sad.
No bookish update for the 21st of December, but today we're going to see Wicked, so let's go catch a train.
I do think it was a toss. Now that I've thought about it, now that I've seen a lot of people prefer it, I think that's going to be the official title.
See what's behind door number 9. Adopt a companion. Okay, so we do not have a specific animal this time. Okay, so you can just choose one of the animals. Since my character is dead, I will not adopt any animals anytime soon. So, but this was cute.
Okay, you have to ignore everything you see right now because I'm just literally out of the bathtub. I was taking a nice long bath, but now it is time to unwrap my Secret Santa because we decided to do it today at 7 p.m. It's the 22nd of December. So this Secret Santa is hosted on Jolene's Discord. I will link Jolene's channel down below. It's a very, very great online community. So we're doing Secret Santa, I think the 3rd year in a row now. And yeah, let's see what I got. 2 packages. Let's start out with the book. I want to see what it is. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, I have a slight idea who could be my... Oh, it doesn't say. It doesn't say who sent it. Oh, that's evil. Maybe it's in the other package. But I do have a slight idea who it could be because this is the December book for a read-along that is hosted by Clio on the channel Bemused Bookworm, and it is Tooth and Claw, and I finally own it because like this book has been on my wish list forever, and I was hoping that this could be a book that I read as my 100th book this month. So it seems to be perfect for that. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Okay, so if you don't know, this is kind of like a Pride and Prejudice retelling, but with dragons. No idea how that works, so yeah, let's find out soon. And I think, as I said, the other package is for the cat. Here is maybe a note. Okay. Christmas Cracker sent this. Okay, I will have to figure out who it was. I do have a very strong suspicion. We'll see. We'll see. So, yeah, that was the Secret Santa. I could not be more excited. The cat could also not be more excited. So we're very happy. Thank you, Secret Santa, whoever you are. And I hope we'll talk about this book very soon.
There's no way. Wait, no, because the other Sims can eat it. How come Morgan?
So today is the 23rd of December and I am getting ready for my drive back to my family. I will put out my audiobook while driving, so I wanted to give you a quick update before I leave. I think I'm now a little bit more than a quarter of the way into the book, Midnight in Everwood, and so far like we just entered the like magical realm. So the beginning is quite a lot of ballet references. I don't mind ballet, like I'm not interested in it, but it's also fine for me to read a book about it. So it was okay. It just got a bit much and I was just like waiting for the nutcracker thing to happen. But now we have entered the magical realm. And so I'm intrigued to see how it goes. I don't have like super high expectations just because I feel like I want something very specific from Nutcracker retellings. So far, this one does have quite the feminist twist to the narration and the kind of themes. So yeah, I'm intrigued. I'll let you know how it goes. With like my driving time, I should at least listen to about 4 hours in the next couple of days. And then we'll just see. I probably won't speak to you until I'm back home. So let's go do this.
Unfortunately, it's not looking very good, but it's okay. You better come eat this fruitcake, buddy. Hopefully he likes
So
it.
today's the 26th of December. I am back home. I have survived the holidays with my family and it was very lovely, and I got to spend a lot of time with a lot of people in my family, which was great. But I'm also very happy to be back home and to have a good rest now before the new year begins. So while I was gone, I finished my advent calendar book. This is called Vierundzwanzig Türen by Klaus Modick. This is a very weird literary fiction story. At the end, I didn't really see what the point of this book was. I didn't really enjoy this one. I loved the just the rhythm of reading it every night, but the story and everything in it, the characters, I just could not connect with. So in the end, I gave this one 2 stars, but I'm very happy that it is finished, and with that, I'm getting closer to my goal of 100 books this year. So my plan for today is my reread of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I reread this every other year, so it is time this year to do it. It is very short, so this will only take me a couple of hours probably, just chilling here with the cat and reading. I'm really looking forward to that. It's so cozy. I love this story so much. You probably all know the story of Scrooge and the Christmas spirits who show him what the true meaning of Christmas is. So yeah, I just love this book. It's just one of my most nostalgia reads, and so I'm really looking forward to it. And apart from that, then I will be very close to reading my 100th book of the year. I have 2 hours left in my audiobook, which is Midnight in Everwood. This one also doesn't really capture my attention really well. I was listening to it on my drive, so it went by quite quickly. It is kind of like an adventure story inspired by the Nutcracker. I'm intrigued to see what the last 2 hours will hold, and I hope to finish that within the next couple of days as well. I will also continue reading The Final Empire, the first Mistborn book, to hopefully finish at least this one off this year as well. So those are my immediate reading plans, and I'll update you when something interesting happens. Someone just tried her new treats, and I think someone is a little bit high now. Baby, you doing okay? Do you love the presents, huh? Is that such great presents?
Baby, are you high? Are you high, baby?
Do you see my cat back there? So today's the 27th of December. Yesterday I reread A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, which is my little tradition, and as this was a reread, I gave it 4 stars again. I really enjoyed this story. It's just something that is very comforting to me, and just a great way to kind of end the Christmas season for me personally. So yeah, I'm very happy I managed to reread this one. This was also my 5th book for the Gamenightathon. So with that, I have finished the first 5 prompts, and I have unlocked 5 more prompts that I could do. So we'll see how I am filling these, but for now I have unlocked the first 5, which is very good. So with my audiobook Midnight in Everwood, I have about an hour left and I'm about to go grocery shopping, so I think I can finish the book today or tomorrow, and that means that it is time to start reading my 100th book of the year, which is going to be Tooth and Claw by Joel Walton. This was my Secret Santa book that I got from Clio, so I am excited to start this. My goal would be to reach the halfway point today. We'll see how that goes. For now, as I said, I will go grocery shopping and I also have a massage later, but then the rest of the day can be spent reading if I want to. And this is kind of Pride and Prejudice but with dragons. I don't think it's a retelling, it's just like the vibe. So I'm very interested to give this one a read, and I will do a separate reading vlog for this book as it is my 100th book of the year, and that will already be up when you get to see this one. It is time. So today is the 28th of December. Today is my cleaning day, but I wanted to quickly mention that I finished my audiobook Midnight in Everwood yesterday. I decided to give it 3.5 stars. It was a cute, fun read. It definitely has fairy tale vibes, but I feel like the first 30% of the book did not really matter for the story at all. I don't really know why it was there, and it was just way too drawn out to set the scene, in my opinion. I would have shortened that dramatically to really give us this adventure tale that it became after the first 30%. And then I just felt like a very long and unnecessary. It tried to build up our understanding of our main character's love for ballet and also the kind of danger she was in, but I think you could have done that in 10 or 15%. It did not need to be that extended. And then for the kind of adventure parts, there were just moments where I felt very lost in the story, where things followed other things and I couldn't really see the connection of the scenes. This might have been because I was driving for the majority of this book, so maybe I wasn't paying enough attention to really follow a fantasy story. Maybe it would have been better to just listen to a romance. But yeah, it wasn't my favorite, but it is cute. One last thing I wanted to mention is that this is marketed as a YA, but they do have sex in the end of the book. So it's not super explicit, but it definitely was more explicit than I expected from a YA fairy tale fantasy book. So just keep that in mind if you consider buying this book for a teenager, to make sure that they're at a mature age where they can understand what is going on with the characters. So now I started my new audiobook and I let a Discord poll decide. I'm losing the little headphone. I'm moving around too much. I led a poll on Discord this side, and the winner of the poll was A Sorceress Comes to Call as my final book slash first audiobook of the year. This is like T. Kingfisher, like my favorite author. This is a Goose Girl retelling, which is also the favorite fairy tale of my mum, which is kind of fun. And so far, I'm almost done with chapter 1. We are following a young girl whose mother is a witch, or like a sorceress, obviously from the title, and she can manipulate our main character to do whatever she wants. She calls this the obedience. The way this is described in the first chapter really reminds me of my migraines, the way that our main character is kind of present in the moment, but at the same time also not. Feels like someone else is taking over her body. So that was definitely a very interesting way of introducing this obedience. And I think as the story goes along, we will have a second main character as well, who's kind of figuring out that something is going on with this sorceress. And yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how the story unfolds. I trust T. Kingfisher. She always tells the best stories, so I'm very excited for this to be my final slash first audiobook, and I'll keep you updated on that one. With Tooth and Claw, as I said, I'm doing that for a different reading vlog, but I'm currently about a third of the way into that one and really enjoying it as well. So lots of reading plans for today, but first of all we need to do some cleaning, and for that I need the audiobook. Today is the 29th of December. We're definitely getting close to the end of the year. Last night I finished reading Tooth and Claw by Walton. This is my 100th book of the year. I gave it 4.5 stars. This was also my Secret Santa, so it was very successful. And I just love this book. I will have the vlog up for this book if you want to go and watch it, but highly, highly recommend this. So now for the rest of the year, I have two main goals. I still want to read the short story in the Dead Djinn universe by P. Djèlí Clark, and I want to finish the first Mistborn book. That's my two goals, and I'll talk to you when I'm closer to finishing them.
Chat up lines to seduce idle wanderers to their stalls. They're everything from counterfeit medieval antiques to drive shafts for automated wheel carriages are up for sale.
It is the 30th of December. The end of the year is so close. But yesterday I did read the short story I needed for Gamenightathon. I read The Angel of Khan El-Khalili by P. Djèlí Clark, and it was a really, really lovely story. I will try to remember to link the short story and also the kind of audiobook version of it down below, because you can consume both of those for free on the internets, and I would highly recommend it. I listened to the recording, which was lovely, and in this story we follow a young girl who seeks a miracle from kind of like a mechanical angel. So this is set in the Dead Djinn universe. I have already read the first short story slash novella in that universe, and I definitely want to continue on next year. So this short story was kind of like the thing I needed to do to kind of progress to the other novella and novel. So I'm very happy that I did that now, and I would give this story like a 4-star. Maybe if I would have read it in like a story collection, because it was previously published in a short story collection, I would have rated it even higher, because I don't know. It was a very good story. It was really a very good story. So if you haven't tried P. Jolly Clock yet, I think this would be a great entry point into especially the Djèlí universe, but his writing in general. And you don't really have to read anything else to understand the short story, so I would highly recommend you go and check it out as well. So now there's only one more book that I want to finish this year, and that is The Final Empire. So I'm gonna hunker down with my book now, and I hope the final update will be that I have finished it.
And I think a large part that's because even though this time of year is
So today is the 1st of January, and with that we have reached the end of this vlog. I hope it was fun to watch. I do have a couple of last reading updates for the end of the year. However, my cat just decided randomly to steal a bit of tape that I had like scrunched up, and she started playing with it. So if you hear very weird noises in the background, she's just in the other room destroying that piece of tape and hopefully not eating it. But yeah, it's just too cute. I can't take it from her. So yeah, reading updates. I did finish The Final Empire before the year was over. This was definitely an interesting read. I will do a whole reading vlog for this series, so you will hear all of my thoughts. In the end, I decided to give it 3.5 stars. Just because for like so much of the book I was really quite bored, unfortunately. And it is more like a 3.75 if you want to be nitpicky. I think that the ending was definitely exciting and kept me reading at a much faster pace than most of the book. However, I didn't really like the twist. Like, I had 2 predictions for the final twist, and the one that it turned out to be, I think, was the more boring one to explore in a fantasy novel. But it was also the like Brandon Sanderson kind of twist, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think he did something interesting when I consider when the book was written. I think it came out in 2006, but I'm reading it right now, like almost 20 years later, and I feel like now these things that have been interesting in this one originally, they have been done in like so many other fantasy books and done so much better now that it didn't have the same level of intrigue anymore. And I absolutely understand when people have read this like very early after it was published and were like blown away by it. I absolutely understand. It's just that I can't like pretend that I'm doing that right now because it is now 2025. But I still enjoyed it. I will still continue on with Era 1. So the reading vlog will be coming in January. And then I did start one more book. I did start a reread of Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. This I'm also reading for a different reading vlog that will come out probably in the spring. But yeah, I thought doing a little reread of a favorite for the beginning of the year would be a good idea. So I will definitely talk more about that in those upcoming vlogs. And yeah, it's just, wow, that year is over. I'm so glad it's over. And I hope you had the best time. Definitely let me know in the comments down below, how did your reading in December go? I would love to hear about that. And I hope that you're happy and healthy and you'll stay that way in 2025. I'm sending you the best New Year's wishes, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye!